I'm Kendra Ruth, here to answer one of your questions about marriage and midlife crisis. Today we have a male left behind and forward-moving spouse with a bomb drop of April 1st, 2022, and a date of marriage of 2002. He has a high-energy replayer who still lives at home. He says, we got married as Christians, but she became an atheist within a month of bomb drop when she said she wanted a trial, which was when she said she wanted the trial separation, and she started sleeping in a different room. She immediately started sexting other men. She had the first physical affair last May, but moved back into the bedroom immediately after and clung to me, but didn't tell me about the affair until 2 months later. She's dealing with religious trauma and frustrated that I haven't adopted her atheist beliefs and says she doesn't want to be married to a Christian. She's having and has had several emotional and sexually charged online affairs since, and one more physical affair meetup with a different guy. She wants a lot of space, but is lovey-dovey with me at other times. She started drinking, which I think coincides with her cycling. She still wants to have sex, and we do. Number 1, should I withhold sex or enjoy connecting in any way that she is willing? 2, what are the chances of us making it, and will it be a shorter midlife crisis? So, number 1, first thing, there are pros and cons to both, withholding sex or connecting. I am, in general, of the camp that I like the connection. I like the promoting of the connection and the bonding hormones that can come from that. I like that. Now, if she is out there actively sleeping with other people, I don't like it anyway. I take that away. It's a boundary. It's disrespectful, blah, blah, blah. But she has been with other people, even if she is not in an ongoing affair. When I say affair, I mean an actual something where there's a relationship rather than I had a meetup with somebody. Both are bad. Both have different risks. Meeting up is probably much more risky because you're going, especially if it's more than one time, you just meet up with multiple different people and not multiple at the same time. I guess you could do that. But if you don't know anything about them and you just go have a hookup, even worse. But you're looking at STDs. And so I want you to have that concern going in, and you have to figure out what's worth the risk. I like the bonding hormones, but I think there needs to be some boundaries when you know that your partner is having sexual relationships with another person. In other words, a single alienator that is this is their partner, or if they are having hookups with other people, multiple. If they're actively doing that, then I think you need to set the boundary and say, no, you're disrespecting this. So it's up to you. It is great for bonding. Now, what are the chances of you making it? It will be a shorter MLC. I can't tell you that it is a midlife crisis or not. I wouldn't say that it'd be shorter if that's what it is. I don't go, oh, it's going to be shorter. I would go with, you didn't just say she's become an atheist. You said there's religious trauma to the point that she's upset that you are still religious, even though you met as two people who were religious, and that she doesn't want to be in a relationship with somebody who is Christian. So this trauma has created a distress in her. And I don't know, you haven't said, my imagination is telling me the trauma may be a childhood thing that has been surfacing. So it was always there as part of her history. I don't know that. But to have it at the level where she turns away completely, I would think it would be a more root level like that. And there could be some PTSD. If she is willing to get therapy, that is what I would aim it toward. This religious trauma, and what is this trauma that she's coming through? What is her PTSD from? What does she need to do to help her come through this and reintegrate who she is and who she is going to be because of it? Now, coming through that may help her to make a decision about her faith, whether her faith is whether she believes in religion and that, or she's going to be atheist. You can be agnostic too. That's not knowing. I don't know, but I believe in there's some. I just don't know what it is. Whereas atheist is there's no higher power, anything like that. And there's nothing wrong with either view. it is still how what one person believes and another person believes. But I don't believe in her belief. In other words, she came at this from so much trauma that she's too traumatized to trust in this, in a faith system, and specifically the Christian one. So I would look at therapies that are psychiatric and talk therapies to help her. What does she need for that? That's where I would be focusing my energies more than on, oh, she's in a midlife crisis. Now, this could have all tipped her into a midlife crisis, but if this is a trauma-driven crisis and it's driven by a religious trauma, I would look at that for what you're trying, what she, not you, she needs fixing. So I hope this is helpful, and I will see everybody in the next question.